So, Britney has shaded her sister Jamie Lynn yet again, and as she should. She has been quiet for so long, and I'm glad to see her throwing shade at her family that have basically helped keep her in this conservatorship oppressed for years. We're going to talk about the latest shade that Britney's throwing at her sister, everything else. So, grab a snack, grab a drink, hit the like, subscribe if you feel like it. You're not obligated to, but it does help the channel. And let's just jump right on into this. Roll the intro. So, what's the shade? Well, we all know that Jamie Lynn Spears, if you didn't know, is coming out with a book called Things I Should Have Said. Well, not only is the name of the book getting ripped on by, like, everyone on Twitter, but the thing is that this book was originally going to be called I Must Confess, which, if it sounds familiar, it should, because it's a lyric from one of Britney's most famous songs, Baby One More Time. You know, I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. You know that song? Yeah. And I apologize for the horrible singing. So yeah, not only did she change the title of the book to this, but Britney decided to rip on it herself. And here you go. Basically, she's sorry for posting, saying that she'll be cool one day. Well, Britney, if you're watching this, you're amazing. You're cool, so you're very cool. And basically saying that she's sorry for posting, and she's cool, and she's thinking about releasing a book next year. And she's coming up with titles like Shit I Don't Know. I don't know why I love that one. The Shit I Don't Know. I love that one so much. I think it's funny. And then this other one, which says, I really care what people think about me. I mean, Jamie Lynn has been trying to fix her whole reputation, so. And you know, if Britney did post a thing that she was actually coming out with a book, I would love her to come out with a book, because I would buy it. I'm sure everyone in the Free Britney movement would buy Britney's book over her sister's. Now, I might buy Jamie Lynn's book just to simply read it, to give you guys a review on it, so that way you guys don't have to read it, so you don't have to buy her book. Would you guys want me to buy Jamie Lynn's book and read it for you, so you guys don't have to? Let me know. So, if Britney came out with a book, I would be all for it. I would be 100% for that. But I think it's great that she is shading people in her family. Not because it's drama or tea or anything like that. I think it's great that she's finally using her social media to speak up and to say things that she actually wants to say against her family. Because, as you know, she's been controlled. Her whole social media has been controlled for the last 13 years. She didn't even have the passwords to her Instagram or her Twitter, which is great now that she actually has access to it, according to some people say that she has access to it now. And the tweet and stuff like this that she's saying, shading her sister, really does say that she has access to it to some degree now, which is really great. And I'm proud of her for finally using her voice and being able to use her voice. Now, the conservatorship isn't over with. Just letting you know. Just because her dad was taken off the conservatorship does not mean that Free Britney's over. Doesn't mean that even after she's out of the conservatorship, she's still going to have a huge healing process. I mean, and I'm speaking from experience. As someone who has also had herself controlled by her controlling family for over a decade, I have been healing for the last 2 years since I made it out of that place. And it's still an ongoing healing process. It's not easy. Especially after you're put on medicine you don't want to be on. Stuff you shouldn't have been on. Yeah. So, I'm glad that she's finally going to be starting this healing journey. I'm glad that Britney is finally going to be able to have the opportunity to heal. Because I know when I was stuck in that place, it was partially her music and her lyrics, like Stronger, especially the song Stronger by Britney Spears, helped me through so much of what I was going through. All I want is for her to also be free and for her to be stronger than yesterday. So, yeah. And the fact that Jamie Lynn is her sister. This is her sibling. This is someone who should have been saying, she wants to make the book called Things I Should Have Said. What you should have been saying is free Britney. What you should have been saying, Jamie Lynn, is no, I don't want to be made trustee of my sister's money. No, I don't want to sing songs on the Radio Disney Awards without my sister's permission. What I should have said is, no, I don't want the keys to my sister's condo until she's free, until she's able to enjoy this with me to the fullest extent. I don't want my sister's condo. What I should have said is, support my sister, and not just when you have heat coming on you for it. Because, like Britney said, you care what people think about you now. Well, you shouldn't have cared. You should have been right there next to your sister, seeing what's going on, and saying it isn't right. That's what you should have been saying. Instead of waiting for all this heat and all this hate to come on you, and then to start victimizing yourself when things start being said to you. And I'm not saying death threats are fun, because I experience them daily. I can't imagine what it's like for you, and I'm sorry for that and the stuff that your children have went through because of all this. But what you should have been saying to your sister is, I'm here. I support you. I care about you. I love you. And yeah, maybe you didn't want to say it on a public platform, Jamie Lynn. Maybe you did say it. But obviously what Britney's saying, totally contradicts that. Calls you out on all your bullshit, all your BS. What you should have been saying is showing that support. What you should have been saying is, I support free Britney. I want my sister free. I want her to have access to her children. Because you have full access to yours. You have full access to yours when your sister has been crying for her children. That's one thing you should have been saying, is going over to who has those children at the time and being like, hey, I'm going to go take these kids to see their mother. That's what you should have been saying. You should have been out there at the rallies saying free Britney along with the rest of us. That's all I'm going to say. If you guys like this video, I'm sorry for the rant, but it infuriates me. Like, it infuriates me that this is her sister. This is someone I grew up watching on TV. When I was a kid, Zoe 101 was my life. I loved Zoe 101. I was so obsessed with Zoe 101. I wanted to go to boarding school. I was wearing my house key around my neck. I painted it red and white. I mean, white and pink, like Zoe's. I couldn't find a bedazzler. Like, I wanted to be Zoe so bad because I loved that show. I thought it was great. I thought she was a great actress in that show. I thought it was a great show. And then it comes out that she's a horrible person. Like, half of the other people I grew up with, like Drake Bell messing with kids, which he's pled guilty to, so don't come at me for that one, Drake Bell. Jamie Lynn Spears helping imprison her sister for years. The guy that made Ren and Stimpy, Dan Schneider, so many people, Kyle Massey. It's like so many people I grew up with end up being horrible individuals, and it sucks to see. Because it's like I can't trust humanity. Mostly. So yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on the notification bell, click all the buttons, do all the things. I'll see you guys in the next one. What do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments. Bye.